Welcome. My name is John Arnold. I am the community advocate for ETS16, and we've got another installment here of our ETS Profiles video series. So for today's session, I'm going to be talking here with Kim Shumway, who is with Allconnect, and I'm going to have her tell you her story in a moment and a bit about what we're going to hear from Kim later today. So we've got a lot of ground to cover in a couple of minutes, but I think we can do it. So I'll bring Kim into the conversation. So Kim, welcome to our interview segment.
Thank you very much.
Great to have you here. And why don't you tell us a bit first about a little bit about Allconnect and a little bit about your role at Allconnect.
Okay. Allconnect is actually a consumer engagement company. We help consumers connect all the services for their home, and we do that through a one-stop shop marketplace that we have. In this case, our name kind of says it all. We're in the connections business. We are not the buyer, that would be the consumer, and we aren't necessarily the seller. It is service providers, right? There's a lot of choices out there for consumers. So our job really is to create experiences where we can help them sift through all of these choices and make the best decisions for their homes and their families. My role at Allconnect is actually business development and partner services. So we've got about 150 partnerships in this ecosystem that we've created for consumers, and my job is to help them and their customers connect their homes.
Sounds good. So Kim, a lot of what you've talked about, we've been hearing these themes so far through day one of the conference. And clearly, yes, connecting the customer with the utility to make this kind of an engaged environment is really important. And also the idea of platforms is really coming out as a strong theme so far at ETS. Sure. So for Allconnect, you kind of are a bit in between the customer and the utility.
Yep.
Now, whether the utility should be in this business or not is another question, but I think this is an important value add in that ecosystem you talk about. So maybe you could talk a little bit about the opportunity you see, because you really are providing benefit to both parties, right?
That is correct. Yeah, so what we have developed is a platform that is a combination of analytics, technology, both patented technology that we've developed, proprietary, but also an ecosystem of off-the-shelf things, and quite frankly, a platform of people. So we've got people from experienced directors to developers, and actually a lot of agents that have these consultative conversations with customers. Products, interestingly enough, are not really our muse. It is this customer experience and creating that loyalty, not just for the customers, but for our partners. And so, as you guys know, we've talked a lot about already, the product category that is actually growing in our space is actually around energy. People want to save energy, they want to save time, they want to have control and choices. And so our portfolio is growing to things like demand response, wind programs, solar, surge programs to protect all these things that they've connected in their home. So it certainly is a growth play, and we give utilities some innovation and a platform to be able to test ideas that is sometimes hard when you're trying to deliver safe, reliable power to billions of people. Okay, that kind of sucks you in and becomes priority one.
Yeah, and that priority becomes kind of boring after a while once you get good at providing clean, reliable power. So what makes it sexy, right? So the word innovation you mentioned just now is a big theme of this event so far. What have you heard so far from the speakers that you've seen that really kind of grabs you as being, that's a good idea?
Yeah.
I didn't think of that.
You know, the thing that I've really been impressed with at the conference is all the thought-provoking content. It's not necessarily that everybody has all the answers, but the fact that everybody's willing to talk about some of the challenges that they're going through. Outside of technology and disruption and chaos and some of those keywords, I think there's a theme around people, right? Empowering people to be innovative and creative and creating environments where you're really putting the customer at the center, not necessarily the product or the technology. And through a lot of the sessions that I've seen, people are talking about that. They're talking about culture. They're talking about failing. They're talking about trying things in some really agile and interesting ways. And that's pretty thought-provoking, and it feels a little bit different, to your point, than some of the other conversations going on in the industry.
Yeah, I'd agree. You know, energy is energy. It comes, it goes.
We take it for granted, unfortunately.
Right, it's like oxygen. But I totally agree with you on that point. And that element, the human piece, you know, we have this tech theme for the conference.
Absolutely.
Right, transformation, convergence, humans, and convergence and emergence.
Right.
So the human element is kind of where you come into play big time for
That's
this.
right.
I think that's great. So just kind of to lead us out, you're going to be speaking this afternoon. So
Yep.
just give us just a couple of ideas about what we might expect to be hearing.
Yeah, so what I'm really going to talk about is the customer view and how demand for not just the commodity of energy, but all of these related products and services are starting to really build. And how do we create conversations and interactions and relationships with customers in new ways? So that's really what I'm going to talk about, and some of the benefits to the utility industry in doing so.
Okay, sounds good. Look forward to coming to your session today, and it's at 1:30 this afternoon.
That's right.
All right, thank you again.
Thank you,
Kim.
guys.
Thanks, and another segment, and we'll be back with more videos shortly.